Hello everyone, it's Maxim and welcome to today's video, which will be a recap of my Road to Maxed Zerker Pure series I started back in February 2013, and the reason for this is that I will be continuing this series as I've been playing Oldschool Runescape a lot lately and have some cool content for you guys. But let's start with the beginning. I started my Zerker Pure back in February 2013, long before the Grand Exchange was in the game, so it's comparable to the Deadman Worlds except for the non-save zones. My first progress video was when my account was already leveled up a bit and I had 47 attack, 47 strength, 23 defense, 25 prayer, 37 magic, 40 hit points and a lot of other pretty low leveled skills. In those days I wore the awesome Initiate armor with my damaged book from the Horror from the Deep quest and my Rune Scimitar, which was pretty OP at the time. I had 57 quest points and the grind for better gear and a Maxed Zerker Pure was a fact. I completed a series of quests and achieved a lot of skills mainly for the Recipe for Disaster series as I was trying to get myself barrow gloves. In the first episode I completed the fishing contest to save the mountain dwarf and also freed the goblins after completing the Goblin Diplomacy quest. In episode 2 I continued the quest grind basically because I love questing and used to have a quest cape back on RS3 before it became RS3. I completed the Sea Slug quest and along with getting myself level 18 Slayer, I also completed the Animal Magnetism quest. Episode 3 continued with first a simple quest completion, being the Monk's Friend, followed by the completion of the hardest free-to-play quest with awesome looking cutscenes, the Dragon Slayer quest. Episode 4 started off with the completion of the Observatory quest and was followed by the completion of the Lost City quest, allowing me to wear dragon armor, which I couldn't do as I hadn't gotten 60 attack nor 60 defense. After all that, I completed what most people think of as one of the most annoying quests in RuneScape history, the Digsite quest. In episode 5 I unlocked the ability to teleport to Ardoin after completing the Plague City quest, which I instantly continued and completed the Biohazard quest. Next up were Murder Mystery, the Chompy Bird quest, and the Witch's Potion quest. All this followed by unlocking the Lumbridge Guide from the evil Culinaromancer spell. In the next episode, episode 6, I also freed Pirate Pete from the table, completed the Golem quest, the Feud quest, and sold myself a clue scroll rewarding me a good XP H3, which even back then was only worth 80k. The episode continued with the completion of Shadows of the Storm, granting me 41 magic, followed by getting my first pet in Oldschool Runescape, a kitten. Episode 7 was home to the completion of Tribal Totem, as well as Spirits of the Elite, granting me some good prayer experience, and Fight Arena, granting me some good attack experience. To round up the episode, I tried making some money by killing Gales Druids who dropped frequent unidentified herbs. Luckily now they drop grimy herbs and you can actually see your loot, which you couldn't do back then. The completion of Monkey Madness was for episode 8, in which I also got myself 35,000 strength and hit points, as well as 20,000 attack and defense experience. Obviously you didn't have to claim this reward, but I calculated this in my amount of defense experience I could get before getting 45 defense. But still, I hadn't managed to get myself 60 attack to actually wear a Dragon Scimitar, which was pretty sad. Luckily it all changed in episode 9, in which I finally achieved 60 attack through completing Slayer tasks and was finally able to wear my Dragon Scimitar. I then went back to more questing and completed the Elemental Workshop 1 and Elemental Workshop 2 quests, granting me some good crafting and smithing experience. I continued the crafting grind to level 40 so I could complete the Fremmenik Trials quest and unlock the ability to wear a Berserker helm. To conclude the episode I completed the Tears of Guthix quest so I could get myself some nice experience in my lowest skills every week. Episode 10 was a dark one as it started off with dying at the Killer Woods and not being able to get my stuff back, but I turned the dark energy around and set myself back on some questing.
Jesus, when will this ever stop?
Yes, I know I'm a lazy fuck and don't train skills, I just quest for skills.
Yes, I see that.
Anyway, I completed the Jungle Potion quest, followed by the Shilo Village quest, and after that it was time for yet one of the most annoying quests in RuneScape, One Small Favor. The grind continued onwards, and this time in the Mauritania quest series, completing In Search of the Myra-Q, followed by the Ghost Ahoy quest, and In Aid of the Myra-Q, unlocking me a fast route to Barrows. In episode 11 it was time to get back to the Recipe for Disaster quest and free Evil Dave after chasing mice for 5 hours. I also freed Scratch Bone Crusher Uglugui and completed the Merlin's Crystal quest. Then I went back to some actual skilling, getting myself 53 fishing, 53 cooking, 50 mining, and 25 herblore. All of this because I wanted to complete the Heroes quest. The account was finally getting along, and in episode 12 I hit 45 defense and finally bought myself a Berserker helm and started to look more like an actual Zerker Pure, as I now had 60 attack, a Dragon Scimitar and close to 70 strength, which meant it was almost time to get some defenders, But first it was time for some bank, as I looted a gut and chain skirt from a Barrows chest. I rounded up the episode with spending hours in the Warriors Guild getting myself every single defender there was, from bronze to iron, iron to steel, steel to black, black to mithril, mithril to adamant, and finally adamant to rune. So now I had a berserker helm, dragon scimitar, and a rune defender. Not too shabby. Just as in episode 12, I managed to not complete one single quest in episode 13, but focus mainly on skilling.
You what, mate?
I got myself some magic and smithing levels by superheating steel bars, and I continued doing Slayer, getting myself 56 Slayer. I rounded up by getting my Herblord to level 38, as I wanted to create my own prayer potions and no longer depend on others selling them for way too much money. Remember, this all was before the Grand Exchange was ever in RuneScape. I rounded up with getting 57 Slayer, followed by 74 Strength, and ending with 66 hit points. As it had been 2 episodes since my last quest completions, I felt like I had to get some in episode 14, starting off by completing the Abyss mini quest, followed by the Eyes of Gloopry quest, giving me some good runecrafting experience. I wanted to be able to make some nature runes to actually make some good money on the account, but once again I was too lazy to skill, so I decided to quest instead. After the Eyes of Gloopry, I completed what lies below, getting me to 38 runecrafting. I continued completing other quests such as the Lost Tribe quest and the Wanted quest, followed by the Slug Menace quest, getting me some more runecrafting experience, as well as the ability to buy and wear proselyte armor, which is the melee armor with the best prayer bonus. After doing some actual runecrafting, I managed to get myself to level 44, and I can finally start crafting nature runes for profit. In the last episode, episode 15, it was time to get another milestone in the questing series, but first I had to do some more skilling, and here I got myself 53 thieving. You probably guessed it by now, seeing me slay these bosses, I did indeed complete the Desert Treasure quest, granting me access to the Ancient Spellbook. And that is basically going to be it for this recap. There's 15 episodes all in one, and my apologies for the very long content right here, but I felt like it was needed as it has been over 1.5 years since my last progress video, and people wouldn't know where we are at. If you enjoyed this recap, please leave this video a like rating, and tomorrow we're continuing with episode 16 of Road to Maxed Zerker Pure.